Marty and Fifi getting you home with the Shebang on Triple M, and Tony Martin from Get This on Triple M.
Tone, what a delight having you here. And you finished. You wrapped up last Friday. You're still here.
There was a couple of blue sky sessions going on in the boardroom I didn't want to miss.
Oh, of course.
I was told they were inside mining today, so I didn't want to miss that. I'm not sure what that is. No, I'm here for podcasting.
Oh, you're doing the podcast.
Because our show is so long that we're about 2 weeks behind on the podcast. And we have a lot of people, you guys too, I'm sure as well. Germany.
Oh, yeah, huge.
Bendigo.
Yes.
Places where the show isn't on live, so they get in the podcast. And we thought we've got to wrap it up. And also we only had 48 podcasts in the iTunes money box, and I went, got to have 50. Wouldn't it be good to have 50? So I've come in today, me and Maddie Dower on the Pots and Pans. We've just cooked up 2 more podcasts for this week.
That's what's brilliant about you, though, Tone. You're hands-on. You're making sure that it's the best for your listeners. Marty and I walk out of the studio.
And that's
Job
it.
done.
Job done.
Chockers on the iTunes there.
Can someone else put this together for us, please?
We rely on our support staff. I actually rely on Stephen to tuck me in at night as well, which is awkward.
But you're probably going for quality. See, we're always striving for quantity on our program. Always quantity.
No, don't get fooled. We're not quality driven.
No? Have you ever actually listened to your podcast, Marty?
No.
Do you have a computer?
I don't know how to download.
He doesn't even have a computer.
I know.
But I
don't have a computer. I just use the one here at work.
Do you not realise how much pornography is on the internet, Marty? I reckon you'd be into it.
Oh, I'm old school. I still love a good stick mag.
It is the Shebang on Triple M. Marty and Fifi. Special guest Tony Martin. More from Tony. Afternoon stuff for the Killers when you were young at Triple M. Stuff for the Killers on Triple M. Triple M. It is the Shebang with Marty and Fifi. Plenty of Get This podcasting to be done. triplem.com.au. Tony Martin's here right now.
I am indeed. And you guys on this show, you know the worker. Richard Marsell, don't you?
Oh, he's one
our
of our
favourite
favourites.
person.
He is a brilliant, beautiful person. And used to be on our show quite regularly.
Dick's Box.
Dick's Box.
I don't think the Shebang's ever been the same since the disappearance of Dick's Box.
Yeah,
Well,
we felt it.
He got a job. That's why he left.
Oh, yeah.
On another
he was
radio
just
station.
killing time with us.
Yeah,
Then he
gets
went
around.
Then he got a proper job. And then he got another proper job when he came and started working on Get This with yourself and Ed Cavalier.
But I love, we even had him doing something he wasn't qualified for. He was reviewing our television shows.
Yeah,
He's got no
just likes
history in
telly.
reviewing.
Well, he does a bit of acting. If you watch Rove, you'll see him just saying one line. There was a fantastic line where he was in Braveheart. He was doing a drunken Mel Gibson. And what we've done all year on our show is every time he's sung something live or whistled or hummed something, we've run down to Maddie in production and gone, put that in a separate file.
Nice.
And then on our final show for the year, we just did a musical salute to Richard Marsland. And it's pretty, I mean, it's experimental. Avant-garde might be the
I
word.
was hoping you'd say avant-garde.
Data-esque, perhaps.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a listen?
Yes.
This was our musical salute to Triple M cult figure Richard Marsland. They are the great voices of our time. Sinatra.
What is this thing called love?
Orbison.
A candy-colored clown they call the Sandman tiptoes to my room every night.
Marsland.
After all is said and done, the race is not over. It's almost done. You're a winner.
That's right. Richard Marsland. You've heard his Guzzy Sampson.
Nice crackle.
You've heard his weekly acting masterclass.
You can take my license, but you'll never take my tequila.
And you've heard his over 2,500 Wikipedia nicknames.
Marslando Calrissian.
That's my favourite.
Now, at last, the man some call Armitage Shanks puts his golden tonsils to work on the classics.
Move in violations when I move. Watch me. Move in violations when I move. Watch me.
Listen as he shares the love around.
You've got the touch. You've got the power. You've got the touch.
It's that Marsland sound he's made his own.
After all is said and done.
After all is said and done, who else can faithfully recreate the sound of George Zamfire's pan flute? You will believe a man can whistle. You're listening to Triple M.
Yeah, okay.
Or KFM in Newcastle.
And who needs a drum machine when you've got the Marsland 5000?
All right. Brought to you by Michael Winslow from Police Academy.
Put them all together and you've got the Richard Marsland Wall of Sound.
Watch me.
After all is said and done.
Watch me. Races are not over, it's almost done. You're a winner. Moving violations when I move. Watch me.
You've got the power.
Watch me. You can take my license.
The touch.
Watch me.
You've got the power.
You'll never take my tequila.
You've got the power.
Nice crackle.
There you go.
Oh, brilliant.
He's really come along since he was on the Shebang.
Oh, hasn't he?
what a-
Movie star.
He's so gifted, Richard. He's too gifted, really. He's almost too good for Triple M,
Yeah.
Marslander.
He is. And, you know, when he's doing that line from Braveheart, you've got a picture of bloke pantsless with just the genitals pixelated. Aren't we enjoying the Beatles Sustain?
It's brilliant.
I don't think we're allowed to go to a song until this Sustain finishes.
It took me, mind you, I must say, it took me 27 years to get Richard out of Adelaide, which I thought was, you know,
He's often seen lurking at the Veal Gardens.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, I don't even know what that
Veal
means.
gardens? What do they have gardens where they serve veal?
apparently.
Or a gay beat. I'm not sure. It's one of those. A lot goes on in Adelaide.
It's the Shebang at Triple M. More from Tony Martin after this. You've got Triple M Shebang for your drive home. Marty, Fifi and Tony Martin's here right now.
Oh, sorry, I've gone into Gavin Wood mode. Just, so did you guys see that countdown spectacular the other night?
I
Yeah.
didn't.
Oh,
We
it's-
were just debriefing about it off air. The two sisters from Cheetah.
Yeah.
Whoa! Someone spray canned their pants on. Girls, get over it. You're not 13 anymore.
But don't you love to hear Gavin's voice? I used to love the countdown top 10 with Gavin Wood, and just he would have a pun for everything. Ice House frozen out at number 4. Just any song.
When was
that.
Countdown's before my time? When was it on?
75 to I think 87, maybe.
And what time of day?
Oh, Sundays.
6 p.m.s.
Yeah,
So it was a Sunday night?
yeah.
Oh, after Disney movie?
Before the Disney.
Okay.
So you're not old enough to remember Countdown, but you probably remember Countdown Revolution.
Yes.
With Chook.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, see?
Chook, what
Mention
happened to
Big.
him?
Yeah, what happened to Chook? I think
Who
he ended
was
up.
he?
I think he briefly ended up on Wombat.
He drowned in Molly's spa, would be my guess. That's just a guess. I have no
Only
evidence.
a guess. We've covered off lots of different things with you
Yeah.
this year, Tone. We thought now this will probably be the last time we get to talk to you this year.
Yeah, I'm really unhappy that I haven't been able to bring closure to the Yobbos Up the Guts story because that's really been...
We were all over that.
Yeah, and do people remember what that was?
Well, no, it was Warwick Kappa,
Yeah,
And,
Jacko,
Jacko.
Bill Hunter,
That
Bill
was it.
Hunter
It
had
was-
to take over directing.
because the Russian film director punched out Warwick Kappa outside Woomera. I mean, this is the making of a great Australian film. It was meant to be out on DVD for November. It's now December. No sign of it. Where is it? It's
What
one
happened?
of those, I don't know.
Disappeared.
Maybe it's an early January release. It's an after the festive season
I
release.
just want to miss that pesky Christmas buying season.
You know, I'm sick of selling these bloody DVDs. Let's release January 7.
But what happened, Tone? You know this. I've got a question, a pop culture question. What's Bill Hunter done since Muriel's wedding? Has he done anything?
Oh, he would have. But
What?
It was in a film I made, but obviously you
that's
didn't
right.
see that
Oh,
one.
he was
Did bad
too.
eggs.
Of course.
He just gets around.
But even since then, he's done.
I had
It's gone missing.
I got given a note from Bill Hunter, and it was, if you want to contact me, I'm living in this shed behind the Railway Hotel, and it was in some small town in, you know, outback Victoria, and then it had at the end, brackets, for tax purposes. And that is the last contact I've had with Bill Hunter. He just disappears and pops up. He showed up on this thing on Foxtel, which was Bill Hunter presents, great documentaries, National Geographic documentaries.
Yeah.
And they'd obviously done all the presents bit in just one day.
Yeah.
And everyone was just him coming out of a pub in the outback with a drink in his hand and going, the Incas. Man, they've done some great stuff. Check this out. And the next week it'd be Antarctica. Have a look at this. And they've obviously just sent him in and told him to walk out 6 different times with 6 different
What
drinks
else, Tone?
and throw to something.
Like Yobbo up the guts. We'll have to talk about that next year.
The Big Brother team, remember?
Oh, yes.
Where are they now? Has anyone... I know Ed Cavalier, who I work with, is occasionally bumps into Galen.
I saw
Galen?
I was like Galen.
I saw Gayland at the Arias, and he was looking particularly Galen.
Yeah.
With the massive white.
No, that wasn't Galen.
Which one was that,
was
Dom?
Jamie.
Oh, see how quickly
Christ.
forget.
Was he the guy that slapped the bird with his genitals?
No,
he was the winner.
Oh, God.
No, he won.
Who could remember? As long as bloody old mate's daughter keeps dressing her, we'll be fine.
But there was some woman who was on Big Brother this year who went public in the papers last week and said, I just want to warn anyone who's auditioning that it's not, as we've been led to believe, your ticket to a career in the media. Now, who's actually ever said that, really?
No one.
Is that generally understood that you could go to, like, radio television school for 5 or 6 years or just get into Big Brother?
Yeah.
Like, where is that misnomer
Well, the sad
originated?
thing is, Tone, that some radio networks and television networks do
pick the
give
odd one up.
people
Yes.
hosting jobs based on being on Big Brother.
I think Millsy dispersed a lot of the myth about being able to build a career around Big Brother.
Well, because he was from Australian Idol.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I got to have a look at some of those shows.
Galen is the horse-faced Martian. I think that's how you remember it. You've got to remember them with, mnemonics.
All right, we'll come back to wrap it up, Tone.
Shebang on Triple M. Marty and Fifi and Tony Martin as special guest. Shebang on Triple M. It's Marty and Fifi with Tony Martin.
Tone,
Yes.
it's been so lovely having you visit us regularly this year.
Oh,
It's been fun.
An absolute honour, Tone.
I love
You're
it.
A wonderful friend of ours.
Thanks,
at the
guys.
show.
It's great because you bring to the show so many things that Fee and I don't do.
All right.
Work?
Work is really, namely, what you bring to our show. Polish.
Overproduced sketches.
Polish
No.
is what you bring to our show, Tone.
And I come in alternately with Glenn Robbins, and I'll listen to
Yes.
Glenn, and I'll go, I've got to top a guy taking a dump from a tree next week. Because, Glenn sets the bar pretty high.
Oh, yeah.
We drag that out of Glennie. We lull him into this false sense of security where he forgets the microphones are on, and suddenly he's telling us personal things about his life.
Which he hates doing.
There's a lot going on, too.
Tone, it would be remiss of us, one, not only to thank you for the wonderful
Friendship.
friendship
Thank
and
you, guys.
fun you've brought to the show, but also what is a Christmas involved for Tony Martin?
Well, we have I would guess, what would be considered a pretty traditional Christmas. 2 days of family bitterness and rancour. A lot of old scores are settled, a few lawsuits still outstanding. There's an inheritance which has been in dispute for 15 years.
Ooh.
And basically tracking down the relatives because everyone changes their surnames every couple of years. I've got a brother whose surname is currently Vedder Price. Hello to any Vedder Price family members out there.
Well, Tone, we wish you all the best with that.
I wish what I just said had been a joke too, but it's not. Thank you, guys. It's been a great year. And,
Good on you,
and thanks
Tone.
for contributing to our rubbish too in the mornings.
No, that's
Pleasure,
a treat.
mate. Absolute pleasure.
Tony Martin on Triple M with the Shebang and the 2 new podcasts up right now. Triple
They're
M.
not up right now, but by the end of the week they will be. They're still in the stove there.
Go get them when they're there. triplem.com.au. News is next on the Shebang.